TV Radio. Stay tuned. Electric TV Radio.
Redefining broadcasting. Listen.
You are listening to Electric TV Radio. Electric TV Radio. We dare to lead. This is radio like you never heard before. Electric TV Radio, the pathfinder for radio. Electric TV Radio. We are not just about radio, TV, YouTube numbers. We are all about connecting with people and creating
Spaniard Cosmetics. Guys, how are you guys? The studio is too cold. Yes, in the Bible they say, can anything good come out of Bethlehem? But then Jesus Christ came out of Bethlehem. I don't know what can be gooder than that. Even if you're drinking gooder, you know that Bethlehem produced the goodest of all good. Well, Catalonia in Spain is the place where they describe like Bethlehem. They say, can anything good come out of Catalonia? Then there was FC Barcelona, Johan Cruyff coached them. They won the Champions League, won league title, produced players like Ronaldo da Lima, Rivaldo, Stoichkov, Romario, Ronaldinho, Lionel Messi, Xavi, Iniesta, Sergio Busquets, Carlos Puyol, and a host of others that have gone on to make it happen for that club. Well, that region does have a way of shackling the minds and the thoughts of the Spanish people. Madrid stars do not like it, but who cares what Madrid thinks? Last night, Madrid won 2-0, went to the top of the league, and it felt like, okay, they are ready to sail. But then a certain club from Catalonia that was formed in 1930 out of nowhere came to the top. Think about it at the beginning of the season. I know this is just the beginning, it's just starting. In the beginning game, if somebody had told you that Girona at this stage of the season will be on top of La Liga, would you ever bet on it? Just at this stage of the season. I don't know what happened thereafter, but if you look at them and you look at how they've gone from where they were to where they are right now, you'll be wondering to yourself, how in God's name did Girona, after a couple of games played, 7 games out of 21 points possible, they have 9 points. They are unbeaten, just as well as their other Catalonia team. Okay, let's not bring Espanyol into the conversation now. I'm talking of FC Barcelona, are the only 2 teams in the Spanish La Liga that have not tasted defeat. Well, you can say Real Madrid have not tasted a draw, but they've been beaten this season. Well, that's football for you. Well, in anger doesn't stop a man from doing the job that he's paid to do. That's exactly what Victor Osimhen showed as he scored, refused to celebrate, but that didn't stop his teammate from jumping on him and celebrating, because a goal, whatever way you see it, is worth celebrating. Well, my question, one of the questions that's been percolating in my head is, why do black people always see every jibe from the white as racism? I don't understand it. I can't deal with it. I can't relate to it, unfortunately. But why do we always think that? And then I went into a deep dive and I realized that Victor Osimhen actually posted that he has coconut head in the past. So I'm just wondering, could it not be a meme that went bad, that came out wrongly, that is wrongly timed, and everybody got racism. And some people have even saying it should go to court. And for a minute, I'm saying, wait a minute. Okay, so he goes to court. What is he praying the court? Okay, so that's what you do. You pray the court. What is he praying the court to give to him to do? Injustice? Is he not being paid his salaries? Is he not being given chance to play matches? Little disagreement, we go to court. Is that what we do? And then again, some questions have been asked. The speed with which he deleted his pictures of him wearing Napoli jersey, is it necessary? Is he not using a sledgehammer to kill a housefly or something? Well, there's many questions speculating in the air, and they will continue to speculate. And warning, let me give this warning out. On this show, I don't give you crowd opinion. I don't move with the crowd. And I just thought I should put the warning out there so that people don't come in. Ignorant folks don't come in on my comment section and say, oh, no, you should. Everybody's going this way. You should go. No, I give opinions that I can stand with, I can defend, and I can justify at the end of the day. They don't have to please you all the time. Remember that they don't have to be what you expect. But this is my own opinion about things. But let's move on. Manchester City started the season after winning the treble last season, and some talk of a quadruple was on the card. But then Newcastle lost in the finals of the Carabao Cup last season and against Manchester United. And they said to themselves, never. Bring us a Manchester team and we will survive. And survive they did, because last night they beat Manchester City 1-0. One goal was good enough for them to win the game and move to the fourth round. Guess who their next opponent is? Manchester United in the fourth round after winning in the third round against Manchester City. I'm sure there's somebody out there who doesn't want Newcastle United to progress, because again, Newcastle United, I am already saying up front, they cannot beat Manchester United. I'm sorry, but I don't think they will beat Manchester United. I think Manchester United have found a magic formula. His name is Sofian Amrabat. He works hard around Casemiro and sets him free to do the job that he knows how to do best. That is leading the team and marching them on to victory. What a better way for them to go on Tuesday as they won 3-0 against Crystal Palace. So there's something good going on at Manchester United after all the sex scandal, all the fights with what's his name now? Mason Greenwood going to Getafe. Talking about Mason Greenwood, he's found his first 90 minutes and he created a goal. 613 days was what it took for him to play for Manchester United, and then I have another full game to play again. That's a whole lot. That's a whole lot for some young player to deal with a crisis that is not even a crisis in the first place. What a world we live in. Who would have thought that in this era, somebody will be declared not guilty, case will be dropped, but somebody will still be treated as a guilty person. What an interesting times we live in. Well, why am I surprised when we see people in Germany wishing to be dogs rather than being human? We live in very, very interesting time. We've seen an ex-president telling Obas, traditional rulers, to stand up and sit up. Yeah, these are interesting times that we live in. I grew up thinking that traditional rulers are gods on earth, but times have changed. Whoever pays the piper dictates the tune. So they say. Well, there are so many things to talk about on the show today. And if you're there, if you followed the Serie A last night, you follow the La Liga last night, or any other league that you followed last night, or you follow the EFL Cup, or what I love to call the Carabao Cup, be my guest. Be on the comment section and tell me who tickled your fancy, who got it going for you, and help me to rate the performance of Emily Rose Smith. Yes, I agree that he's not yet a 90 minutes player. I saw it yesterday, and I take my word back. He's not ready for 90 minutes, but his performance, his movement, his intelligence was good for the time that he played. Another player that is not a 90 minutes player is the man who scored the only goal that won the game for Arsenal against Brentford at the Bees, and that man is Reece Nelson. He's a good player, he's intelligent, he's a brilliant player, but he's not also a 90 minutes player. Well, I saw something good enough in the one that takes the place of Bukayo Saka. Seems like that position is for deep black players. I love his blackness, shining black, or what we call Shako black or neo black. This is not racism anyway. It's coming from a fellow black person, so you wouldn't call it racism. But whatever it is, whichever game tickle your fancy, I would love to hear from you what you think about those games, what your thoughts are. But as we move, let's not forget that the African Cup of Nations, the next edition, is coming up in Cote d'Ivoire. Thereafter, we go to Morocco, and thereafter, we go to Kenya and Uganda and another African country. So it is spread. The love of God is shed abroad in our hearts. Isn't that what the Bible says? The African Cup of Nations is shed abroad in the African continent. We're waiting for the south part of Africa to host the next one after 2027. But I don't know how it's going to be like. But if you love to have fun talking sports or listening to sports or football, this is the place to be. Let's take it straight. My name is Edafi Machi. You love to come in a little bit on sports, and there's plenty of stories to talk about. I love Gareth Bale, the way he's enjoying his life, having fun, mixing up with the big boys. There's something good about retiring from football and hanging out with the big boys. He's bambaing with some of the biggest boys in the industry. But first of all, let's look at the results of matches that went down yesterday. And we're going to start with the Italian Serie A. Cagliari were taught some beautiful lesson as Chelsea, who are struggling for goals in England, found a way to score plenty of goals in Italy. AC Milan 3, Cagliari 1. It was away from home, but Chelsea were good. AC Milan were good value for their money. But if you see the people that scored and created the goals, you would almost think that they were Chelsea players, as Loftus-Cheek was there and Pulisic, everybody was there making it happen. Away from home, AC Milan scored 3 goals to beat Cagliari, 3-1. Empoli, yes, so they were not empathetic at all as they beat Salernitana 1-0. Verona, yes, there is no love in Verona. Yes, they say that in Verona you will find love because that's where Romeo and Juliet matter happened. But there is no love in Verona as Atalanta beats them 1-0. Maybe there is love as Atlanta found the love to be able to beat their host. Well, Inter Milan, another host team that found it very, very hard to get going. Well, when you beat AC Milan 5-1, when you beat some bigger team, and then you go sit at home at the San Siro. Sorry, when Inter Milan are playing home, it's not the San Siro, it is called the Giuseppe Meazza Stadium. So at the Giuseppe Meazza Stadium, you sit at home and small, lowly upcoming O-level Sassuolo comes and beat you 2-1. Then I question your right to beating AC Milan 5-1. Maybe they scored all the goals and over celebrated it. Lazio was not hearing all of those, giving the away teams the opportunity to win, as Lazio beat Torino 2-0. And Napoli were on a different level. 4-1 it ended against Udinese at the Maradona. Sometimes I always say a little bit of conflict, a little bit of crisis, and things can just go from bad to good. I've always believed in that anyway. Sometimes you have to ruffle the table, you have to cause a little bit of problem, and things will go well. Where Piotr Zielinski opened the scoring in the 19th minute as he scored from the penalty spot. 20 minutes after, in the 39th minute, Victor Osimhen was there as he converted the pass from Politano to make it 2-0. Then in the second half, in the 74th minute, yes, Farastella, the Georgian, found his way to score. And then just when you think they are coasting, the opposition scored one, but then that piece of the Napolitan Simeone went on to get a pass from Farastella and made it 4-1. So it is 4-1 advantage Napoli. Looking good once again. It does feel good. Well, in the Netherlands, it was Feyenoord 4, Ajax 0. Ajax, the great team, is beginning to look very, very bad. Just a week ago, or less than a week now, the fans were burning up the stadium, were causing problems because they were losing. Now they lost 4-0 at home. I don't know if that will lead to them uprooting the stadium this time and move it and go and throw it in the river. I don't know. But yeah, it's one of the wonders of stadiums back in the day. Remember, when you go to the Netherlands and you go to the stadium, the fact that you just take a train and you go under, and by the time you come up, you are inside the stadium. Wow, how amazing that was back in the 90s when late 90s or so, yeah, when the stadium was built. Well, that's yesterday's story. Let's move further and see. Yes, PSV Eindhoven was not interested in letting the away team win. Go ahead, Eagles were not given a chance to go ahead. There was no green light for them as they were beaten 3-0. 20 actually beat Vitesse 1-0. And remember the game, Ajax FC and the Ajax versus Velodrome were postponed because of this firecracker game that had to be completed. It ended 4-0. Burn the stadium how you like, but the opposition will still beat you. Well, in Spain, it was Athletic Bilbao and Getafe playing 2-2. The Spanish will call it Getafe. Well, Real Madrid was not interested in a draw as they beat Las Palmas 2-0. Villarreal lost at home 2-1. They've sold all their top quality players. Now they are feeling the heat. Cadiz and Real Vallecano, it was 0-0, even though there was a red card. There were 3 red cards in Spain last time. Valencia lost at home to Real Sociedad 1-0, and that's all she wrote. You know, the story of the Carabao Cup is a long one. We're going to get to it later on the show. There are so many matches also going down tonight. So if you like to follow games, see, all of you sending me message that I don't do prediction. I'm trying as much as I can to not get you addicted to betting. So let's hold it back a little bit. And be calm with all that talk of, oh, you're not helping us, you're not doing this. No, it's not about help. It's just the fact that the same you will come out and tell me that I'm the reason why you guys are hooked up to betting. I don't want that anyway. Well, let's look at the games tonight. In Italy, is Frosinone versus Fiorentina. Every time I see Fiorentina, the first person that comes to my mind, Vincenzo Montella, and Angel Gabriel Batistuta. Yes, the angel of Fiorentina. Monza, the club of this massive, the late Silvio Berlusconi. You know, when you look at Silvio Berlusconi, it's got Monza, it's got AC Milan in our memories. Great man that we would always remember. Yes, his corruption story, his media story, and all that. But on the footballing side, man that would always respect. Monza hosts Bologna, and Genoa, the team that played a 2-2 draw with Napoli a few weeks ago, are hosting AS Roma. They're on fire right now. Lukaku is scoring from every side. Let's hope that Genoa can do something in this one. Alberto Gilardino, the manager of Genoa, 2006 World Cup winner, he just might come up with a firecracker. Ezi Akma, I mean, I wanted to interview him, but his English is very, very poor. Very, very poor. So we just couldn't do it. Ezi Akma, my former teammate actually worked with him as his interpreter. Ezi Akma playing against Heracles tonight in the Dutch Eredivisie, and in the Spanish La Liga, you have Celta Vigo playing against Alaves, Granada playing against Betis, Osasuna playing against Atletico de Madrid. Now, let's look at some of the stories coming up from event of yesterday. Well, don't forget, it's still the Sports Buffet on Elegota TV radio. My name is still Edafi Matthew Segura. You love to call me the Elegota on Sports. Let's push it further down. Pep Guardiola complained that Newcastle had kicked their way to victory, and he would have needed the full 3 hours of a bus journey home to lick his wound after this bruising defeat. The Spaniard moaned about having to travel by road back to Manchester. Okay, now let me explain this. Let me get in on this. You see how you people always complain that Nigerian league, blah blah blah. This one, just because they travel 3 or 4 hours to go play this game, that's where they are injuring their defeat on, the excuse for their defeat, because they couldn't get a flight to Newcastle. They traveled by road for this game. And all the excuse about why they didn't win, they didn't get in their reading, they didn't play well, was because they traveled by road. But you see a Nigerian league team that travels by road for God knows, sometimes travel today, arrive tomorrow. And you think that, oh, Nigerian league is only home teams that wins. It's not about match fixing. It's just about the circumstances. It will change, but not now. Okay? In Europe, in England, for instance, if it is more than 2 hours, you fly, unless exceptional situation like it happened to Man City. And guess what? They lost the game. Okay, so when I always say that traveling long distance in a bus can affect how a team plays, and you people argue about it, you see. Well, let's continue the conversation as Pep Guardiola is still mourning. He says, and he would have needed the full 3 hours of a bus journey home to lick his wounds after this bruising defeat. The Spaniard mourned about having to travel by road back to Manchester. The road to nowhere is an apt description of City's second half performance, during which he bizarrely kept Erling Haaland on the bench. Newcastle, by contrast, went through the gears after being struck in reverse in the first half. Come the end, a win secured thanks to Alexander Isak. 53rd minute strike was fully deserved. But having beaten the blue half of Manchester here, they must now overcome the red half in the 4th round. That draw just minutes after full time may have tampered the elation of Eddie Howe, who had recorded his first ever win over Pep Guardiola. Yippee! Let's go for celebration. Yes, and it was a victory for his management, given his game-changing introduction of Anthony Gordon and Bruno Guimaraes at halftime. Can anybody tell me what they think of that game? Yeah. The excuse of Pep Guardiola tenable. Say, okay, that he's making that excuse. Victor Osimhen scored Napoli's second goal against Udinese on Wednesday night after being chosen to start the Serie A encounter despite the player's relationship with the club soaring in the last 24 hours. The Nigerian ended his 4-game wait for a goal as he struck in the 39th minute to double Napoli's lead after Polish midfielder Piotr Zielinski initially put the host in front. Osimhen was played through on goal by Italian Matteo Politano and kept his cool to finish with a strike across the face of Marco Silvestri's goal. Well, still frowning his face, he's still angry, but that changes nothing. The man has got to do the job that he's paid to do, and he did it with aplomb. Well, Liverpool fans are in cloud 9. No, sorry, cloud 8. Jersey number 8 is the man that they're singing his praises. Within 5 minutes, the midfielder proved himself the match winner, unleashing a 25-yard pile driver into the top corner, worthy of another Reds number 8, Steven Gerrard. Diego Jota then sealed the deal with an impudent late third. Wow. Liverpool made 10 changes against the championship leaders with the only captain for the night. Curtis Jones retained from the starting lineup that beat West Ham on Saturday. That's how much I always say Liverpool is a good side. People were just complaining when they didn't get Casado. I said, this team is good. This team have the highest amount of strikers in the whole of the Premier League. And their midfield is not as bad as people think. Yeah, the defense might be just, so just here and there. But this team, if there's any team that will run Manchester City for the title, it is Liverpool. Now, I thought it was Arsenal because I thought they were going to do good business. But then again, they went and signed Kai. They signed Kai and everything changed. I still don't think Man City will win the Premier League this season. Not because they are not good. So if you ask me for the analysis of Man City not being good enough to win it, that's not it. I think that the corporate body, the body behind the scene that manages the league would not make Pep Guardiola win a 4-1. Yes, they will still want to respect the place of Alex Ferguson in history for a little while. And probably next time somebody else will come and win 4 on the bounce. But right now, it's not going to happen. I do not think Man City will win the Premier League title. Yes, they are on a roll right now. They are doing everything well. But I do not think they would win the Premier League title this season. You can have your opinion. You can have your say. You can tell me what you think about it. But this is what I think about it. Like I always say, I don't move with the crowd. If that pisses you off, if that forces you to say I should humble myself, go to hell and burn to blazes. I don't give a hoot about what you think. That's my own position. Well, Liverpool fans have believed they have found a perfect player to finally fill the shoes of Steven Gerrard's number 8 shirt in Dominic Szoboszlai. After his Carabao Cup stunner against Leicester City, the Hungarian hit a stunning strike as the Reds came from behind once again to beat the Foxes 3-1. This Liverpool team, like Obukoho, I can see it already. Yes, at Anfield, and booked their place in the competition's 4th round. All the talk after the match was about Szoboszlai's goal of the season contender as he rifled a shot from just outside the box that crashed into the net off the upside of the bar. It was the 22-year-old second goal in Liverpool scorer following his move from RB Leipzig in the summer, and it brought comparison to one of the club's greatest ever number 8 in Steven Gerrard. Fans took to social media to praise the midfielder and to suggest they had finally found an heir to the former Liverpool captain. Well, we'll see, time will tell. Well, let's go to Spain and say a player has waited 613 days to play football. What a way. Just out of allegations that were dropped. That's how long a man has got to wait. Somebody said something that was very, very instructive and interesting the other day. I was watching, and he said, when a woman makes money, she becomes independent of men. When a man makes money, he becomes dependent because everybody wants to depend on him. He becomes a guy, so you've made enough money, go get a wife, go set up a family, go do this, go do that. But when a woman makes money, she wants to be the independent woman. She wants to be free from lazy men, demanding men, and all that. What a world we live in. To be a man is not an easy job. Somebody said to be a man is not a day job. Well, Mason Greenwood creates a goal on his first start for Getafe 613 days after his last Man United appearance, as he plays the full 90 minutes in a 2-2 draw with Athletic Bilbao. The young man is rebuilding his confidence. I am rooting for him 100%. You know me. I'm the guy that always back the underdog and the bad guys. I'm always going to back this one because I do not see anything that justifies the kind of hell and punishment that has been given over the 613 days of torture that he's gone through. He will come through and be better for it. Mason Greenwood made his first start for Getafe on Wednesday as his new side were held to a 2-2 draw by Athletic Bilbao. The Manchester United loanee has been used as a substitute in Getafe 2 previous matches, but was given a nod to start on the wing by manager Jose Bordalez. Greenwood set up Gaston Alvarez's goal in the second half, which leveled the match at 1-1. For the match ended 2-0. Well, one man who know how to dribble, pass, score, do everything was not allowed to play this time around, as his club, his manager, Tata Martino, said, no, you're not going to play, you're not well enough. But then again, no mercy, no cigar. No mercy, no party. As the party of Inter Miami came to a halt. Another team that have not won anything since in the MLS ended up winning Houston Dynamo. Well, Lionel Messi wasn't even considered to play. A few minutes of Inter Miami's US Open final reveals coach Tata Martino, but he insists the starman will return soon for MLS playoff B. Messi watched on the stand at the RVPNK Stadium as Miami were beaten 2-1 by Houston Dynamo after failing to even make the substitute bench for the game. His recovery from a knock, and they don't want to risk him. That's how priceless he is. They were willing to sacrifice a title to keep him safe. AC Milan are made in Chelsea as Christian Pulisic set up Ruben Loftus-Cheek to score his first goal for the club, with Fikayo Tomori also netting in a win over Cagliari. Loftus-Cheek joined Milan in the summer transfer window for being at Chelsea since he was a youth player. Okay, joining the side for a £15 million transfer from the Blues, he was yet to net for the side, but scored a fine goal as he and his new teammates kept tabs with the rivals Inter Milan at the top of Serie A table, who they trail by just 1 point. Both Milan sides are unbeaten. Are unbeaten, while Inter boasts an unbeaten record, with Milan losing 5-1 to their rivals earlier this month. Okay, Real Madrid 2, Las Palmas 0. Carlo Ancelotti's side briefly go top of La Liga before being replaced by that team that is surprising everybody. Can any good thing come out of Bethlehem? Yes, Jesus Christ came out. Can any good thing come out of the Catalonia apart from Barcelona? Well, Girona is there before being replaced by Girona hours later as Brahim Diaz and Joselu strikes and comfortable victory. It was Brahim Diaz who took Bellian's place at the top of the midfield diamond, which Carlo Ancelotti defended in the build-up to the game on Wednesday. Well, when it scores for you, there is no need trying to justify it anymore. You are the coach. You have the right to decide. You've won everything in the game. Well, Mikel Arteta hails exceptional Aaron Ramsey as Arsenal keeper seizes chance to impress after losing number 1 spot to David Raya with 2 crucial saves in the Carabao Cup win at Brentford. I say competition brings the best out of footballers. Did you see Aaron Ramsey last night? It was the signs of his first season at Arsenal. He was catching everything. He was overdoing. And it's good because he was already beginning to relax. Mikel Arteta had no doubt Aaron Ramsey will perform when called upon after the goalkeeper kept Brentford at bay. I think he's got 2 competitions for himself. The FA Cup and the Carabao Cup or EFL. And then David Raya has got the league and the Champions League. It's not a bad idea. 2 competitions that Arsenal can push and win. The Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. 2 competitions that Arsenal will not win. The league and the Champions League. Come on. Think about it. It's all win-win-win-win situation for the man called Aaron Ramsdale. I don't care what people say. I go with the manager on this one. There are sometimes where you say the manager is wrong, but in this case, I think I go with him. Saudi Arabia will lead the pursuit of Victor Osimhen, with Real Madrid also interested, but Chelsea may struggle to afford his wages as a January move beckons for the Napoli star after his agent threatened legal action over TikTok videos. Now, let's take a few steps back after the dust and the rubbles of the volcano had, settled down. What if this thing was strategically planned by Napoli? And this is a setup to cross a bidding wall. I mean, I don't think that anything just happened by accident. I don't know. This is my way of thinking. I might be wrong here, but I don't think that this just happened by accident. But what I do not buy into is people turning it into racism. I don't see any racism there. Coconut head. So what? Give me the ball, penalty. That is no big deal. Yes, he has the right to be angry, but I don't see where that thing becomes racist. Okay, that's my own take. You don't have to agree. I'm just saying it. Okay, that's my own position on this matter. Royken says he'd be embarrassed and ashamed if he was called out for lack of effort in training, as it tells Jadon Sancho to show some humility and apologize to Erik ten Hag to save his Man United career. I say, Jadon Sancho, do not apologize. I'm not saying you are perfect, you are all clean, but I don't think that, first off, what Erik ten Hag did is good. And football does not start and end at Manchester United. If they are not willing to take you back into their team, then forget it. Okay? Raken that is advising, you've done worse than what this young man have done. You may not have gone on social media, but you've done worse. Remember how your career ended at Manchester. You still haven't spoken to Sir Alex Ferguson to this day. What did you do? You went on Man U TV to criticize your teammate after losing again, was it to Newcastle or Blackburn Rovers or so? And the manager saw the video. Remember, this video never saw the light of day. And that is how you got fired from a club that you've given your all. Did you ever apologize? No. Did you, even come back? Manchester United have a history of doing this shit. How did they cut Rio Ferdinand out of the club without even having the courtesy of telling him, oh God, we're not renewing your contract. We would give you a chance to even say farewell, to say bye-bye to the fans. They didn't give him a chance to say bye-bye to the fans. That's the club. What about Yapstam? So good, yet they send him SMS at a gas station. It was buying fuel. Alex Ferguson told him, Nino Brown, your soul is required on air. You have been declared persona non grata at this club called the House of the Red Devils. So you are no longer needed here. Bye-bye. What about Ruud van Nistelrooy? What about David Beckham? Oh, David Beckham became offender number one because he chose to fall in love with a woman that Sir Alex Ferguson, in his almighty goddish personality, predicted I wasn't going to last more than 5 years. They are still married with two or three kids. They're still married. They're still waxing stronger, building empires. Those ones that Sir Alex Ferguson loved and felt they were loyal. Some are sleeping with their brother's wives. Some are beating their wives. Some are, living recklessly. David Beckham is still married to Victoria. They are the biggest success to come out of English football. So I do not know what you are saying, Raken, but the truth is, I don't see where Jadon Sancho apologizing for being scapegoated. If I'm not doing well in training, you have the whole training to tell me, that guy, you're not doing well. You're not. This is what I want. This is what I expect. You're not doing well. Even when Jack Cancelo came out to talk rubbish, Pep Guardiola, that everybody says that is full of himself, never shredded him in public. What planning now? Oh, failing. Well, I don't know what you guys think, but you think Jadon Sancho should go and apologize, as Roy Keane have advised him. And for those people who are saying Victor Osimhen should go to court, what is he going to pray the court for? What is he going to ask the court for? You go to court to seek redress. What exactly is he going to ask the court? Give me this or give me that. I'm trying to figure out what he's going to ask of the court. I don't know if you're lawyers, if you're human rights activists, whatever you are, please tell me what you think a Victor Osimhen would request from the court if he takes Napoli to the court. If Napoli shows up in court and say it was a meme, there's a meme gone bad. Remember, they've also given him, they've also got another meme now that you guys are not even talking about. Pocket picker. But it's got to go. Now nobody sees that as bad. This is the thing about life that is bothering me. They've done another one. The social media, the TikTok account have done another video like that. And nobody is shifting. Nobody is saying anything. The point here is, I don't care what anybody says. I don't see the racism in that action. It's borderline a meme that went bad. Okay? Apologize. Everybody goes on. Why is not shaking hands with his teammate? Why is not celebrating with his teammate? I really don't know. But hey, there is more to this than just that. Because if it's the social media team that did what they did, why are you burning your teammate, my brother? Why are you burning your teammate? It's a questions that needs answers. Yes, we need to find that. Maybe he's got a point. We're going to look into it and talk about it as the days goes. But where would you want him to go? There's Saudi Arabia. There's a mention of Saudi Arabia and the big money. Obviously, nobody can match that money. There's a mention of Real Madrid showing interest. There is a mention of Manchester United. I say don't go there, in my opinion. There's also the mention of Chelsea. Please don't go there. That's even the worst place. That's the graveyard for strikers. Chelsea, since Roman Abramovich came in, have spent 560 million, no, about 620 million pounds in strikers. Only maybe three or four have scored more than 20 goals. So it doesn't matter. You ain't going to Chelsea. I know you love Chelsea. Chelsea is a club that you love, but this is not about love. It's about going to the grave too early. That's a graveyard. I don't want you to go there. Okay. Liverpool are drinking Zobo right now. Do you guys agree that Dominic Szoboszlai, is the direct replacement or the heir apparent to the throne of Zamunda, sorry, to the throne of Steven Gerrard. What do you think? Is he the guy that is to come, or there is another one that is to come after this one comes? Is it the Messiah, or there is another Messiah that is on his way coming? I need to know from you guys. Let's share your thought. This is the time for you to get in. Let's not forget that the youth Olympics in Nigeria, the Nigerian youth game is going on in my state, Delta State, Asaba, to be precise, the capital of Delta State. And the good, the bad, and the ugly is going down over there, and everybody is feeling the heat and the pressure and the excitement, and everybody is feeling good. Sometimes these things just happen, though. But somebody said, "Good morning, sir." Pedro, you say, "I tried tuning in on the radio 2 days ago and also this morning. Hope all is well, sir." Are you listening to me? Are you listening to the radio? Or are you listening somewhere else? Where are you trying to tune in? Because your comment is not even clear. There's no straight comment on it. I mean, we're on Instagram here, we're on YouTube, we're online, we're on the app. I don't know what you're trying to tune into. Probably you're seeking for the living among the dead. I don't know, but I know where we are. People see me, and I see them as well. So let's go to Instagram and start a conversation. Yeah, what are you guys saying? I've got to run immediately. It's 10 anyway. I need to go to the hospital to pick up medical supply for my son. Baba J619, Semingo Bros, can that boy be a backup to Saka? What do you think? Football is about opportunity and a chance to continue playing. I don't think he's going to get plenty of opportunity, but it does bring a bit of guile and craft in the moments that he had the chance to play. Would he do it all the time? I don't know. Consistency is based on opportunities given. So we're going to wait. I think I kind of like what I saw of him. He's not a 90-minute player yet, but I like what I saw of him and giving more playing time. You know, if the senior team is doing well, they keep scoring, they keep winning. He could be on the match day squad and then come in, have some cameo to have experience. I mean, to play away from home and put up that type of performance, I don't think he did bad, but I mean, sometimes he get lost, in the game, he get lost in transition and all that. And I can also understand that the team was really playing to make sure they get a win out of this game. Well, Arsenal have tried. They're not where they were last season, but they've tried. In all competition, they've not lost a single game. They won 4-0 in the Champions League, won 1-0 in Carabao Cup. 6 games played in the Premier League, drawn 2, won 4. Not a bad one. I'll give them thumbs up. If they continue to win, yes. Is it a backup for Bukayo Saka? I think it's too early because there is also a Marquinhos that is out on loan who could come back anytime, who could be recalled. But for now, is who we got, and he could just stay there. Sago, or whatever his name is. Dim Hanobi says, good morning, sir. Good morning to you. Rajezi, even the home team win ratio has been found down lately in the MPFL. Okay. He said maybe the agent is saying all that just to get lots of bidding war for his players. That is Victor Osimhen's agent. I assume you are saying because you didn't mention anybody's name. Okay, let's go to YouTube and see the loads of comments that is there. Yami Dynamite, are you still driving down for the Ukudu? Because we're eating it and we're almost finishing. Oh, you're still driving? Are you still on your way down? Way down. Are you still driving down for that plantain Ukudu with catfish and better pepper with scent leaf on it? Are you still driving down? Okay, you're not driving down anymore. I'm not sure because I told you driving from London to Nigeria is longer than Jesus carrying the cross from Owerri to Calvary. Yeah, me that I might say I no go expect with the way Barcelona bought and borrowed every player available, but football can be unpredictable sometimes. I tell you, Uncle E, I need that sumptuous meal where you post for X. Oh, they come this weekend to come chop them. I guarantee. So yeah, I give you my word that if you come to my house, you go see food chop. Whether or not that one, I don't know. But if you come to my house, food will not be a problem. That's gonna be food. That's gonna be food, and you will be feasted. Okay, a teacher like for me say, hey, make everybody not turn out to food. Oh. This one is me. This is family talk. Oh. We're just doing family talk in the public veranda. And people in the waka pass, if my ear, mona pretend, mona behave like children with their parents raised well. Your mama raised you not to eat other people's food. Don't be having of truth. Okay, so focus. Stay focused. Focus. 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 Yeah. He does not need courts. It will affect opinion about bias. It will affect this with new club. This football business, na cartel. Na cartel. No matter how talented you are, you can be rendered useless. I agree with you completely. David Igea still doesn't have a club right now. Let's not forget that one. Michael Eleta say only wrong Osimhen did was deleting the pictures on his Instagram. Going forward, he should stay focused, keep a calm head, remain professional, and score goals while allowing his agent do the rest. Okay, good advice. But caveat. Remember, say Osimhen told us all that he has coconut head, and we can give all the advice that we like, but he will do what he has in mind. So if he doesn't follow your advice, don't take it personal. Don't get angry. Again, Osimhen will and forever be our darling brother. That will not change. I don't care what happened anywhere. That would not change. So let's keep that in mind so that somebody doesn't get over the top and start shredding Osimhen eventually. Let's just remember that part. Okay. Additional Format says traditional rulers don't lose their respect to happy Osimhen and Napoli got to a winning start. Smith always has something to change in a game. Okay, I don't know what that means. So Smith always have something to change in a game. The Larry Wadri say, I hope Osimhen is being given the right advice. I think he was too quick to react by deleting those pictures. Okay, the Larry Wadri says the court matter is not necessary at all. I would have said he should just continue to reply on the pitch with goals. I think so too. I agree with you too. I'm not gonna go against that one, but let's see how it goes. I didn't say like and share the live. Also make una come join me for Elegbete membership now. I did run solo there. I tire. Okay. What's it called? Empoli don't lose tire this period. At least they taste victory once more again. How did Inter just conspire to drop points when all bets were for you to win? Hammer AC Milan took full advantage. But no nonsense. So when you see chance, chance somebody. That's not the way it is. Life is a dog eat dog world. Dog eat lion self. If you see the opportunity, grab what you can because you don't know the next result is not guaranteed. You might Empoli is next. I will win the guaranteed 3 points. They beat you like I'm rubber with a cash for Oba market. They go beat you. And that's all they talk about. Real Madrid returned to winning ways, taking advantage for Barca's dropping point, but Girona still holding tight. Will this be initial Gragra or in Leicester City in La Liga 2023-2024? I don't know, but I doubt it. I seriously doubt it. They are up against the might and power of Real Madrid, Barcelona, Atletico Madrid at some point. AKC, they say just they're in their good form. I'm not wishing them bad, but I just don't think they have the wherewithal, the power, the egba, the muscles, like my son would say, the muscles to be able to muscle their way through. The other one you say, oh, I remember Batigo. When I remember Batigo, no, what I know run away my eye. Joy feed my belly. And the other one say, Pep no get an excuse. He was beaten fair and square. Make him move for the next game. No, he's saying that because they travel by road to Nikosan. That excuse is valid, though. Now you they say and say not be excuse, though. That excuse is very, very valid. You know, when you not play ball, you know, say that excuse is not valid, but it's valid, though. It's valid. To say they fly, they for not lose that game. Oh. But hey, he has lost. He has lost. The Olara Waju say Guardiola just accept your defeat and move on. Sorry, no one wins it all. You mean that I might say team term as racism. Wow, no. Yami Dynamite, I tell people one day we would give the slavery excuse and they would tell us, and so what? That day is coming, and it's coming very soon. It's just nearby, it's just around the corner. I keep saying it. When people say that, I say, listen, it's a fact. I'm not one person that would deny it, because the Jewish people have never denied the Holocaust. But the difference between the Jewish people and us is that they have built the strongest economy after the Holocaust. So we, yes, there was slavery, but isn't it time we get past it and build our own economy and stop slavery, racism, and move away, move on, get out to the left, move on. I don't like the excuse. I don't. Because even we ourselves, we are enslaving ourselves. We are more racial, we're more tribal, we're more divided along religious line. And you talk about racism, you say, white man even supposed to love you? Like, if you check it, white people versus black people, I think you're more likely to see love from a white person than a black person. A black person loves you or give you something. He's trying to manipulate and control you. He's trying to enslave you more mentally and physically. Use you. That's the truth. I see this job I'm doing, and I see them every day. People just give you one small help. They want to tell you how to do the show now. They want to tell you what to talk and what not to talk. They want to force you, humble yourself. They want to tell you, be this. Just because of small change, when they give you, and you show gratitude, you appreciate them publicly, privately, everywhere. They still want to manipulate you. Like, now they don't become the God of your life. But when small thing happen for Bodo, you go, racism. I calm down with this race card. You get one, I go apply. No, call the work again. You know when you date a girl, any small thing she go vex, I want to leave you. Any small thing she go, I want to leave you. You can't prepare your mind, say, all die not die. The day she say, I want to say, now you go help her. I bet they go. They go. I want my peace. My peace is more important than your beauty and your sex and whatever it is you are giving me. Bye bye. And your cooking skill. Get out. If I don't sabi cook, I go eat 2 minutes noodles from aboki. There's always an aboki somewhere that cooks noodles. I go eat them. Don't worry yourself. Mama put never stop. Even heaven said they'll get mama put for them. What are you saying? Get out, come over here. That's how it becomes. So this card of race, everything, two black people fit cause each other, no problem. Once one person, white person, say you're an idiot. Oh, racism. Una dey overdo am. I'm just saying it. Una dey overuse the card. The card very soon no go work. There was a time you keep. Let me tell you one story. There's a you keep website in the UK. Then, if you download the website on your phone or your computer, not phone, your computer, you can send free SMS. You can make free call to anybody in the world, anywhere in the world, free call. Like around the clock. People started abusing it. They just stay on the phone. They said, "No worry, more they talk, and then they pay. More they talk." People were abusing it. You keep that cut off. I don't know if you guys remember that. Some of you used it. I used it, but me, I'm not a bit stay too long on the phone. That's why I never did free call in the night. No. Not me, one headache. I like my sleep. My sleep is a treasure to me. But like World Cup trophy. It's a treasure to me. I don't come in the night. I don't want free call. All those and a WhatsApp call, no worry, remote on the talk. Hey, shut up. I don't want. I'm not interested. Talk what you want to talk and get out of the phone. That's my own way of living. This is what we're doing with this card. Race. A time is coming when you will play the card, nobody will listen. Well, Yemi Danama said, though, not be say those ones too, no get their own for body, but in every race, there are bad eggs and not necessarily about the skin color. God bless you, my dear. That's why you're my darling, The Lara just says Liverpool is the world's best producer of Zobo right now because their own Zobo have a trademark called Dominic Zoboslai. Who want to know? Who's no Zoboslai? Yeah. Yes, Alaraju says Smith Rowe and Nielsen were good for Arsenal yesterday. Kai Hope you are learning. Kind of learn nothing. Oh, boring, that be. You know, say if a white presenter call a black player Ogbori now, we say that racism. I know, I'm sure I know that one. Uh-huh. Aroturego, oh my God, the professor is Professor Arotu. Let me put professor into the name. Call it with respect. Okay, since you're in America, let's call it the way it is. Greetings, Olorogu. He said, make Victor no go Saudi. We, the committee of friends, advise him to go to Real Madrid. Real Madrid, Saudi Arabia. Real Madrid, Saudi Arabia. For me, I would just want to have a Nigerian play for Real Madrid. Just that record that, okay, a Nigerian have played for Real Madrid. That's it. It's enough for me. It's enough. We've had the Ghanaian, Michael Essien, play for Real Madrid. We've had the Cameroonian play for Barcelona. Nigerian that went there, to Barcelona. Usually, let her play. Emmanuel Muneke. We saw him with pictures of dog more than playing on the field. But hey, still a good player. Let's have a Victor Osimhen in Madrid. I like the Saudi Arabia money. I don't lie. I'm not there now. They telling us I don't like the money. I love the money. It's not even like I love the money. I love more than the Saudi Arabia money and my children. But if Madrid no come, but get on that plane, Habibi, go to Saudi Arabia straight away. Yes, the other one say Beckham is still doing well, and he even owns a club. A certain Messi is playing for right now. The other one you say the best way to reply is what Osimhen did yesterday. I love that he didn't even celebrate. No, I don't love it. Celebrate is good. Now he go, now the club goes. So that was, I don't know where that one is coming from. It's my goal. I'm going to celebrate as well. Kind of like, let me do my job and period. No pandering and all that. I go celebrate to Nami scored the goal. The Olarawaju, he said the guy did well. Maybe he should be coming in to replace Saka at least when the team is up and doing well in matches. I agree to that one as well. Oluwa Dara Showme says, good morning, sir. Let's look at it this way. Many of our political figures get trolled on social media, e.g., there is God, let the poor breathe, etc. Is it different from what was done to Victor? Enlighten. I don't know, bros. I don't know. I just know that we're taking this whole risk too much. We're taking this whole thing too much, too far. Oluwadara Shomi says, I agree there could be a lot in the background that we are not seeing. I also agree with you on that one completely. Additional woman says, Osimhen is the closest chance of a Nigerian playing for Madrid. Who says Boniface shall no fit enter? Let's pray for them. But with Mbappe inside, it can be hard. Well, this is where we get to the very, very end of the show. Like I said before, I need to run and go pick up. But wow, spending money on medicine, two things you don't want to spend money on. Court case, police case, court case and police case are the same anyway. And medical supply. Jesus, it's killing. But bless God. Akbas Baba 82, he said racism is different. It's a different story, bros. Those who went through that horror knew their stories and they are not. I'm coming. And they are not ready to give any chance to such things no more, as even now there is systemic racism in America. The Jewish are always fighting because they say never with the Holocaust that happened in Auschwitz and other locations in Poland. So the African American will never say yes to shackles again. The difference between the Jewish people and the African Americans, as you said it, even though I do not understand what African Americans mean. You're either Africans or you're Americans. Because I don't see Jewish America, I don't see Chinese Americans, I don't see Indian Americans, I don't see Jamaican Americans. You are Jamaican, whether you are in America or you are in Jamaica. You are Chinese, whether you are in America or you are in China. The difference here is those people you call African Americans are very quick to disconnect themselves from the Africa too. Don't forget that. Any tree that does not have its roots rooted to its source would eventually die. So sort yourself out first before you try to get, all the stuff. And then again, work within your community. That's the difference between the Jews and the so-called quote unquote African Americans. Okay, within the Jewish community, they make sure, because listen, let me tell you, all this noise that we make, the strongest tool is ownership. Currently, I'll tell you for free that the Jewish people own America. Just as currently Indians are buying over Canada. 100 years from now, Indians will own Canada. There is no two ways about it. And this trajectory as we're going, Indians will own Canada in 100 years' time. There is no fight. The question is, what does the blacks own? Because it's this ownership that gives you control. I like to use this radio as an example. I saw what I went through, and I said to myself, my children are not going to go through all this nonsense. So I don't care what they choose to study, but they will do whatever they are doing with the backbone of the ownership of what their father have built. Because it is ownership that brings about control. You cannot control anything you don't own. Black people do sports. Black people play music. But guess what? Who controls sports and music? The white. If you put a black-owned investment in a black community, the black will vandalize it and run it down. I want you to notice that most times when you do business, your friends will come to you and buy for credit. But when they have money, they will go to the big mall. And ask yourself, why do people do that? Again, your friends would easily sit down and say, let's go drink beer. Let's go carry women. But call your friends. Call your friends. What does it take to start up a microfinance bank? 200 million. Are you saying that you cannot systematically put 200 people in a WhatsApp group and all of you raise 1 million each within a space of a year? What does it take to raise 1 million each in a space of a year? It's like 20 or 50,000 every month. Each person will contribute 1 million. And then you have a microfinance bank. And you guys are 20 millionaires in the making. But guess what? You guys in a year, 20 people in a year will burn over 100 million in women, runs, girls, unnecessary expenses, and amazing. It's the same thing. I asked a friend, my friend Greg, was talking about this whole black community thing, and I asked him one question. Why is it that when black people become successful, they want to live in white neighborhood as bad as the whites? Why is it that when black people are rich, they begin to fight their fellow black people, tell them how I'm richer than you, how I'm better than you? I went back to watching my podcast with John Fashiono, and I remember what Dr. Umar Johnson was saying about black people and symbolism, tokenism. And I realized he just said exactly what he said. I think I'm going to cut that part and bring Umar Johnson and pair them together. Umar Johnson said, and I quote, that when a people cannot be something, they look for the symbol of that something to be like. So that's why black people like to buy Jordan sneakers and the rest of them, and Mercedes-Benz and all that, to look like what they think they should be like. John Fashanu, when I asked him what's the biggest spend, he said he went and he bought Mercedes because he thought if he buy Mercedes, he will not be accepted like a white man. I'm going somewhere with this short analogy. My time is up already. And that's how we've always thought. Ever try to start a business and call your friends together? Look, this business have a potential to be XYZ. And they'll look at you, they'll laugh. Then they'll not form pockets of groups of people. They'll be judging you, be gossiping behind your back. Even when you're hearing the gossip, but they'll be gossiping you. And then one day when you get tired of that and you move on, maybe you find a VC or an external group of people who are not your friends, who invest in you and you grow. The same people again that you spoke to at the beginning will not say, now we did together, you don't get money, don't change. No, that's how black is. Have you ever seen country music singers fighting each other, dissing each other, beefing each other? Not but the same music that they sing. Why do they always create and portray a family environment, family atmosphere? But in the black community, Jay-Z is not talking to 50 Cent. Jay-Z will go behind the academy and tell them not to give 50 Cent a job or not to give him an award. The blackball this one, blackball that one, the blackball. Why? Why are black people doing that to themselves? Is that also racism? So we need to, first of all, feast that part. Before we start, the rest is in the predator slavery, then chop top. You are your own problem. Well, as I go, let me read the last set of messages that came in. Obaro Igere says, I don't know if you are related to G2, Igere G2, Onajito Igere, Barrister Onajito Igere. I don't know, but it does remind me because she's my sister on one end and you just might be my brother side on the other end too. Is Real Madrid interested in Osimhen? Yes, there's a rumor that they have been interested in him since. I feel he should remain till in Napoli till the end of the season. Obviously, I'm not sure anybody will move for him in January. I'm not sure, except there's a good offer. Okay, I agree with you. Let me have. Rubio got offended and left Madrid, and the rest is history. God will bless you. Yemidanam said, this is where the black race is lagging behind Uncle E. Ownership, generational wealth, financial freedom. I'm telling you, you cannot control an economy that you do not own. Look at the Arabs. 10, 15 years ago, if they mention Arab, the first thing that comes to your mind is bomb blast, explosion, terrorism. Do you know that what the UAE, very small country, and Qatar, Bahrain, and now Saudi Arabia are doing, 50 years, your children and your grandchildren will never know, unless they go and dig up history, that the Middle East was a place where bomb was exploding every single day. They took their destiny in their hand. They decided to own. You know what the Arabs are owning? Dubai, for instance, you know what they create? The ownership. They own your passion. They own your luxury. They tell you, we control your luxury, your taste for luxury. They own it. That ownership is why people go to a country like it as a tourist destination. They are banning people for flying into their country. That's how powerful they have become. That place was a desert some 50, 60, 70 years ago. So it is ownership that can make you powerful. What have we believed? I told a guy, I was my group of friends that were talking. I have some friends that we just talk about general issues. I said, listen, many people hate Russians, but they've never been to. I've been in Russia. That's where they treated my leg. I've seen some of the nicest people I met in my life are Russians. Well, so many people hate Russia just because of Hollywood and CNN. They've never been to Russia in their entire life. They've not met one Russian. They've not done business with one Russian. They've not even sit in the same bus or train or plane with a Russian, but they hate Russians just because of information. America own the power of propaganda. They use it to their advantage. My question is, what does the black people have? You play music. You get to the point where you are asking for your own catalog. They'll kill you, Michael Jackson. Aaron Kelly asking for his catalog, they sent him to jail. Again, and I'm hearing it's Jay-Z that funded the campaign against Aaron Kelly. Just imagine one black man undoing it. That's a different. See, this is a different topic. I need to go pick up my son's medication. So let's always remember all those parts. Ferdinand Ekene say, Baba, please, let's talk this topic tomorrow. I get things to say and learn from you. Okay, tomorrow we'll talk about it. Tomorrow is Friday. Friday is free for all. We always have to say anything we want to say on Friday. Well, across the bar, Black Americans. Okay, good, because I don't understand that African American talk. Across the bar, say you are right, sir, but I am saying the reason why black people, fuck that reason, why black people are aggressive is still because they remember. Some of the people where they are around now, so no experience slavery. It's not person where experience slavery. You know why slavery ended? Slavery ended before the Holocaust. So, in case you forgot. The Holocaust in 1945, number two. I'm just trying to refresh your memory. They remember the story of how their grandparents were hauled together like animals. They don't even know the story. They don't know the story. Don't let anybody deceive you. Mr. Sugar, I want to say, Baba, please, let's talk this topic tomorrow. I get things to say and it's on both sides of the divide. Elegote, please, you are going to hospital, so you know we talk this well tomorrow. Right, guys, thank you very much for your time. God bless you. Have for yourself a wonderful day. Lukman Adebayo say, one thing that I like about Elegote is the in-depth analysis and knowledge. Thank you very much for that. Let's have fun tomorrow. Tomorrow, free. Let's raise this topic of ownership, of business, of growth, wealth, generational wealth, transfer of wealth, and all that. Let's make it the conversation for tomorrow. We'll still talk football, but let's make it a conversation for tomorrow. I need to run now. Family first. My son is paramount on my agenda. Let's do this tomorrow. Have yourself a wonderful day. It's been fun being on the Sports Buffet this morning. My name still remains Idafi Matches. I'm going to love to call me the Logo Thomas Sports. Have a wonderful Thursday and be the very best of who God created you to be. Don't be the problem, but be the solution. And if you can't fix, please support those who are fixing.